Happy New Year. Hope you are doing well. Can you believe it? We are already in 2021. I cannot believe how quickly 2020 went. But let me ask you this question. Where are you going in 2021? Better yet, what does your career look like? What is that career vision that you have for yourself? And what goals or attainable actions are you going to take to achieve that career vision in 2021? Well, if you are not sure about where you want to be in 2020 or what goals you need to set in 2021 for your career, or pretty much not clear on what that career vision is, maybe you want to change your career or maybe you want to go elsewhere, I want to talk to you today. My name is Latika Vines. I am an author, I am a career development consultant, and I'm a boss mom coach helping working moms like you in the federal government pretty much making sure they can successfully balance life with time management and productivity so that they can lead and grow their career. Because I truly believe that we as working moms, we have more than just the title of being a mom or a wife or a sister or a friend. There is so much more to us, and the majority of who we are is based in our career. And so when it comes to this new year and it comes to us setting goals, we hear so much about, individuals hosting vision board parties and making sure we have these big, grand, smart goals for 2021. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest goals or biggest visions we should have in our life is our career. Yes, our career. Just as much as you set, when you do your vision board or you set your intentions for the year, what does your career look like? Where would you like to go? And so this year, let's make this a different year than others. Let's make this the year that you be more intentional and that you be more productive in making sure that you can achieve the goals that you set for 2021 for your career. Now, you may be asking, I think I know what I want my career to be, or I'm already in the government, and or I want to be in the government. How do I plan to get in, or what type of career do I want once I get in the government? Which are all great questions, regardless of what you are doing, what journey you're on, or what part of the journey you are in your government career. It's so important that we have a plan that we can go back to. Now, this career plan is yours. It's individualized. Not every two people have the same plan because all of us are created with certain talents and gifts and knowledge already. And so not two people will have the same plan. We may have similar plans, but we won't have the same. Now, you should have a career plan, period, because it will give you clarity on what you want to do in your career. And then also, it will hold you accountable. I love holding people accountable, and I love people holding me accountable because it's a reminder of what I want to do, the set intentions I have for my life, and it motivates me to achieve them. And when you're able to hold yourself accountable for, let's say, you are creating a career vision board, it's so important that you can look back onto that vision board and say, hey, I actually did something. Or, hey, this is a reminder that I need to do this particular thing in my career. So it's so important that you have a plan of where you're going to go. But let's go back to that career vision. What is that career vision? Well, I'm going to drop the video that will give more explanation of what that career vision should look like for you. But in a general sense, That career vision is your future state. What is your future state of your career? What is it that you want to do? And a lot of times that career vision will change. It may not always be the same as we evolve, as life experiences occur. That may change. However, it's so important that we have a vision in mind so that we know where we are going. Now, this career plan that you should have will help you to plan ahead. It will help you to plan for your future. So, even if things happen, life experiences happen, you evolve as an individual, you mature, maybe the path that you wanted to take 10 years ago is not the same path you want to take today. That is completely fine, but you have an idea of what you were doing, where you wanted to go in that particular time, and then how you can reevaluate today and move forward tomorrow. So it's so important to have a plan. Now, I love this quote by Stephen A. Brennan that says, our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. And I love this quote because we have to have a plan. And, as the Bible mentions, if we don't have a plan, if we don't have a vision, then we will perish. And what that simply means, what both that quote and the scripture means, is that we have to know where we are going. It's so important because when we don't know where we are going, we lose focus, we lose traction. We're not holding on to something to keep us in line. The accountability is out the window. It's so important that we have that picture, that vision in mind, and the plan to follow through. Now, I want to share with you a few things to think about with your career plan. The first one is, what is your motivation and belief? So I typically ask people all the time, what's going to motivate you in this career vision? And what is your belief behind achieving it? So, what do you believe in? What do you believe in yourself? Do you feel that you are valuable to achieve this particular career vision? Do you feel that you can bring value to an organization based off of your current talents and skills and knowledge? What is the value? What is the belief behind it? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself that you can actually achieve it? And I believe that is such a self assessment, self discovery question that digs deep down inside because it's so important to first understand, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I am capable of doing this. And when you have that in your mind, everything else will be so much easier to do. The second thing is, once you understand what it is that you are capable of doing, you have your career vision in front of you. Now it's, what do I need to achieve it? So this goes into, what is the learning and development activities or competencies you need to achieve or attain? So this could be, what type of training? Do you need to go back to school to get a certificate or enhance your knowledge in this particular field? Do you need to get another degree? Or maybe it takes that, maybe you need to be a part of an association so that you can just be in the industry and attain that knowledge. For myself, for many years, I was part of the Human Capital Institute. I was part of, back then it was called the American Society for Training and Development. Now it's just the Association of Training and Development. But I was a part of these organizations where they gave training. Sometimes it would be an additional cost for training. Sometimes it was free workshops that I could attend that will keep me abreast, that will keep me fresh in the industry of career development. So think about what other associations you can be a part of that are a part of the industry that uh, uh, will help you attain whatever goal you have in your career vision. What's going to help you get to the next level? What type of associations, what organizations, and associations, they are organizations, but also people, the network. LinkedIn has a few networks. Um, Facebook has a few networks in the Facebook groups. What associations, as far as networks, can you be get involved in so that you can have that industry knowledge, enhanced knowledge, resources? Because a lot of times being attached to these organizations and networks, there's resources that are on the street that nobody really knows about. But when you are attached to these networks and organizations, you're the first person to know. So think about it. You're the first person to know about these new resources, and you learn about them, maybe get a certification in them. What opportunities now have you presented yourself because you have this fresh, brand new knowledge? So think about the learning and development opportunities you need to attain to achieve your career vision while you're planning for your career. The third is personal branding, your brand. Brand is not necessarily just for those in business. Your brand affects you in your career, believe it or not. And a lot of times we may be in a position and we're applying for jobs and we're not getting them, internal positions. And you may be thinking, what is going on? Why am I not being chosen for this promotion? I have the skill set, I have this, but this person who may not have as much experience as you, but because everyone knows them, got the position. Well, think about it. Is your career, could it be damaged? Could it be vague that no one really knows who you are? Or could it be that your brand is strong, but it needs to be improved? It needs to be improved, it needs to be enhanced. Where is your brand? What is it that you are being known for? And as you evaluate what your career plan is, you'll get into, okay, what is it that I want to be known for? And your career vision will tell you what is your future state. What is it that you want to be known for? And as your brand, it goes hand in hand. What is it that you want to be known for in the industry? Not just the organization, but in the industry. Are you a subject matter expert in X, Y, and Z? What is it that you want to be known for? This is your brand, and this is so important to identify, to know where you are with your brand, if it's damaged, if it's vague, if it's strong, and then how can you improve it so that you can have that visibility, so you can get to the next level in your career. And then the fourth is compensation. Yes. What is the salary? Honestly. So in the federal government, we have um, a blanket salary, if you will, without getting into details. So we have a blanket salary. We are, we either go through a GS schedule, we have pay band. Like there's so many different salary levels, if you will, or salary categories in the federal government, depending on what agency you work for. And so, with that being said, when you are looking at your career in the government, what is it that you are, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you are looking for with in your particular career? So let's say accountant, you want to be an accountant. Or let's take it a step further. You want to be a contracting officer. Well, what part of the government can you go into where you can be a contracting officer? And then what can you do with that? Where can you go? There are so many places that you can go in the government, but then what agency will give you the biggest bang for your dollar? What is the agency that's going to give you the ROI? Now, the ROI meaning, or the biggest bang for your dollar meaning, okay, you'll have the work life balance you need once you've identified it, but also what is the promotion potential for you when you're in this agency? And then also, what is the mission of this agency? Is it something that I want to be proud of being a part of or not? And what are the organizations? Now, this will take some digging, some research, maybe looking on LinkedIn to find those individuals who may be in the organization and the agency that you want to be in. But it is so important to do your research first before you just jump into another position. And if you're like me and you're in the government, and let's say you've been in the same agency for 15 years, it's so easy to move around. Even though I've been in the same agency, I've gone to different organizations, and let me take that back. I've been in the same agency, I've been in different components, and then I've been in different organizations of those components. And so with that, it was easy for me if I didn't like something, if I knew something, a supervisor was coming or a supervisor wasn't treating me well. Mind you, supervisor is the main reason for me leaving. It was easy for me to leave, but I didn't properly plan to say, is this the best place for me to go? Is this the best place for me to go? Is this the best move for me to go right in this moment? And so it's so important for you to understand that first before you move on. So again, it's what are your beliefs and motivations? What is the learning and development, or what are the learning and development opportunities? What is your brand? What is your career brand? And that goes back to your career vision. And then four, what is the compensation that you are looking for? Now, again, if your goal in your career vision is to be an SES of some sort, whether it's, and make sure you break that down: assistant commissioner, commissioner, secretary. What is that vision that you want to go for? You have to break that down. It's going to take you, if you're just starting in the federal government, it might take you 15, plus years to get to commissioner or secretary. If your goal is to be an executive director or just a director, it might take you 10 to 12 or 15 years, depending on the organization, depending on what other policies or what other things that are going on. So you have to be very, 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 very think concrete. You got to break things down as to where you want to be with your career. Now, I also want you to understand that it's important to break it down via quarter. I break everything when it comes to goals. I break everything down via quarter, because this is the way that they're going to be attainable. This is the way that you can measure them with your time. This is the way that it's going to be specific. This is the way that it's going to be honestly attainable, achievable, honestly. So, how do you break this down in a quarter? Well, one of the things that I tell people all the time is to use a 30, 60, 90-day action plan. Having that action plan will tell you what you need to do in 30 days. So let's say, for this year, your plan is I want to find another job. So let's break this down. I want to find another job in career development. Let's break that down even further. I want to find a position as an education specialist in the Department of VA. I broke that down. So that's my end goal for 2021. What do I need to do each quarter? Well, for me, I am going to look at, okay, what are the positions at VA? What does my resume look like? What experience? So you're going to have to do an inventory. What is my experience like that qualifies me for this particular job? And then if I don't have those skills for those to meet the qualifications, what skills do I need to attain? So that's how you can break down your plan for the year into a 30, 60-day, 30, 60, 90-day action plan. Break it down by a goal. So, how can you break it down by a 30, 60, 90-day goal? Ask yourself that question. I also want to introduce you to the career planning journal called Getting the Career You Want. Now, talk about accountability, talk about focus. This is the career planning journal that will help you to be focused in creating this plan for your career. Now, we talked about earlier about those beliefs and what is going to motivate you, what is behind that motivation. This journal gets into that and it asks you some really self discovery or self defining questions at the very beginning. So the first few pages of the book, the first chapter is defining who you are. So you get into what is that career vision? What is that your belief behind who you are, and goes into the inventory of your skills. What am I good at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And then it gets into those learning and development opportunities. You really have to do an inventory of, okay, this is where I want to be. This is my career vision. So my plan this year is I want to be the education specialist at VA. So in order for me to do that, I need to look at the learning and development aspect. What are those opportunities? And so in this book, it breaks you down and asks you those questions on how you can look at that learning and development, the training that you need to achieve that particular goal. And then what are your resources? And your resources meaning cost, money, support. As working moms, who is going to support us to make sure that we can achieve this goal? If we have to take online classes right now to get a certification, is our husband going to support us? Is our family, what family members can support us? Or, maybe we have to work out an arrangement with our job to say, hey, can I change my schedule to maybe an alternate work schedule where I can have a regular day off? My days might be longer, but you have one day off, or, one day off for a pay period, or one day off for a week where you can work on your schoolwork, take classes during the day, or something like that. But that's what this book is going to ask you. What are your resources? And then making sure that you have the clarity behind it all so that you can actually be successful in achieving your career for your career plan for this year. And at the end of the book, which I absolutely love, again, as a career development professional and talking about a plan, it breaks down, you probably can't see it, but it breaks down what is the career plan. What is this career plan? So it all the questions that you had to answer, there's one sheet for you to come back and fill it all out so it can make sense. So it can really make sense of what it is that you can do, for your career for this year. So you have, what is my goal for this year? What do I need to do to achieve it? Breaking it down to your objective. What is that training and development that I need to take? What is the action plan to do it? What are my resources? And then what is my motivation to do it? And that is for this year. Along with this year, there's also some long-term plans in here that you can write out for next year. So this book not only will help you for this year, but also can help you for next year. So I will leave the link below for you to order your copy of Getting the Career You Want, the career planning journal you need to discover the career you want and how to achieve it. And I promise you that this book will help you to be focused. It will help you to be accountable to yourself. And then it will also prompt you to go and get a mentor, to get a coach, maybe be a part of an accountability group. You know, I am a part of an accountability group, and I don't know where I would be without this group of women who are there with me every single week to make sure I am doing what I said I wanted to do for myself in my career. So I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to order your copy of this book. where you have that focus, where you can have that accountability. Most importantly, you can have the clarity you need for your career vision and also for your career plan. So I thank you for watching this video. I pray that it is a blessing to you. And don't forget to order your copy of the Career Planning Journal so that you can be prepared for 2021. And by December 31st, you can say, I got it done. I achieved my career plan for the year. Well, until next time, take care and thank you so much for joining me in this video. Bye bye.